Ooh. And we are here. Should I call it episode number 2? Should I call it version number 2 of fitness Q&A with myself? I'm very grateful and I'm very happy to be here. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to go straight into the questions that some of my peers have sent through to me. The very first question that I got was, how was my first experience at gym? And before I can answer it, I need to declare that I have 2 first-time experiences, or should I say I have one, but I never really speak about it because it was a short-lived experience. So my very first time experience was at the University of Johannesburg, where I joined a club there. And I would say maybe I was lucky that the person who introduced me and welcomed me to the club was a friendly person and was willing to guide me throughout and help me throughout the first time experience. And they were open and asking me relevant questions that helped me know and feel more welcome. Questions like, is this your first time? Why are you here? What do you want to achieve? What would you like to see after this period of time? How do you feel being here? How do you feel seeing people here? This is the equipment called 1, 2, 3. This is how we use it. I would recommend 1, 2, 3. Tomorrow when you come, please look for me and I will guide you through whatever that you want to achieve up until you feel like you're confident enough to do it on your own. And that was my very first time experience in a gym club. And the second experience, it was much better or easier because I had been in a gym before. I knew what questions to ask and I was confident enough knowing that people are not looking at me. People are there to do their own thing. People are not going to be judging how good or bad I'm doing stuff. If I want to know something, I need to ask. If I don't understand something, I need to go and ask. If I want to learn something, I need to ask and observe around me and I'll learn. And that's how it happened for me the very first time. Or should I say the very first time when I was doing my second attempt at gym. So that's how basically my very first time experiences were at gym. And I hope that helps someone to understand that a gym, it's a normal place. Most of the time it's how and what we think of the gym that makes us feel nervous or anxious and feel judged or feel like people are looking at us and questioning, why is he here, what is he here to do? But I understand that every experience, when you're doing it or when you're going through it for the very first time, it always gives one pleasure. But I'm speaking on this platform just to make you understand that you don't need to be nervous. You need to understand that people are there for themselves and not for anybody else. And the second question says, how do I avoid intimidation at the gym? I think it goes back to the very first question of this second episode, where I said you need to understand that people are there to do their own thing. They are not focusing on you. I think I've seen it with a lot of my friends who are overweight. When they go to gym, they feel like people are questioning and wondering, why is he here or what is he trying to do? He won't be able to achieve whatever. But you must never feel intimidated. Some people feel intimidated by the equipment at the gym. They just feel overwhelmed and feel like it's too much. I don't know where to start or which one to start with or which one to use for them to be able to achieve whatever goals they have for themselves. But what I would say is that with me going to gym for the very first time, I had the courage to go and ask someone. I just went straight to someone and I said, this is what I want to achieve. It's not my first time at the gym, but my very first time I guess I didn't know what I was doing, but this time around I know what I want to achieve and I know where I want to go. And he helped me with the equipment. He told me that sometimes it takes you just going to the equipment and reading exactly what the machine helps you with, or which body parts it's going to help you work on. So I think being courageous to first understand that you are there for the very first time. It's okay not to know, and understand that people are not there for you. We all start somewhere. Nothing starts in a perfect shape that it has. Everything starts somewhere. So you also need to understand that you are starting somewhere and you need to gradually grow. You shouldn't be intimidated. It's your goals, it's your body, it's about you. So you have to start somewhere. Understand that you start somewhere, and gradually so you will reach a point that pleases you. And actually you should be pleased with where you are beginning. You should be pleased with the fact that you are starting somewhere. And once you are pleased with that, you won't even see anything wrong with you starting small and trying to achieve something. But I guess a lot of people, or different people, are intimidated by different things. But I think most importantly, going back to the very first question, make it about yourself and understand that nobody's there for you, and that will help you achieve a lot and avoid that intimidation that you feel. Which exercises should one do as a first timer or a beginner? And my advice is start with cardio. Cardio helps you warm up your body. So cardio would be your running, your cycling. But here's what I would say. Remember, when you go to gym, you have a desired goal, you have an intention, you have something or a goal that you want to achieve. And that should be a driving factor of where to start. But my advice again is that warm up first, get yourself into tune. I think that's what warm up exercises help us with. You get into tune. But also, I'll share an experience from my side where when I started out, actually my very first exercises happened at home. So I knew I would like to build up a chest into a certain shape, and I started with push-ups because I just went online and checked exercises for chest, and push-ups came up as exercises that I could do at home, and I started there, and that motivated me to want more. But I understood that before I could even do push-ups and feel motivated to push harder for my push-ups and the ultimate goal, which is to have this type of a chest, I understood that I need to warm up. So warm up, it's quite important, and I would recommend we warm up with cardio. But there's also equipment at the gym that you can use to warm up with, your dumbbells, your ropes, that should help you get into tune, fix your attitude, and just help you be in a place where you feel like you want to do this. Because I think when coming to fitness and being at the gym, I am not always looking forward to going to gym, but there are exercises that I do that make me feel like, okay, I belong here and I should continue, and I'm motivated to do more. So yeah, let's start with those warm-ups. And then once we have those warm-ups in tune, then they should motivate us to have a direction and understand where we should go from there. The fourth question, someone asked me, how did I know that my first day at the gym was a success? I knew it was a success because the feeling I got on that day, I knew I didn't want to lose it anytime soon or ever in my life. I knew it was a success because I couldn't wait for the next day for me to be at the gym. I knew it was a success because I felt like I understood where I was and where I wanted to go, and I was excited about the idea of where I wanted to go. I knew it was a success because the very first day felt like I was already where I want to be. Like it felt like I belong, and that's where I should be at. And that feeling felt like you have already achieved. You just need to keep doing this so that the results of what you're doing and what you're feeling here can start showing up. And I think that's how I knew that me being there was a success. Somebody asked me, why is gym important to me? Gym is important to me because it's part of my life. I don't imagine a day or a time where I'll be able to live and not be able to go to the gym. But the reason gym is important to me is the feeling I have every time I leave the club and I'm going home. I want that feeling every day. I pretty much don't look forward to being there, but when I get there, I work out and I leave. And when I leave there, I feel like I can conquer anything that comes my way or try to stop me in trying to achieve whatever that I want to achieve in life. But I think most importantly, it just helps me navigate and be able to handle life. And the last question I was asked, how do I build momentum for myself to keep going back to gym? I think the momentum, I built it from doing exercises that I love. And I think everybody, I know it mostly with people who go to gym, that we all have our favorite part of the body. So some people would love their shoulders, some people would love their legs, some people chest, arms. So I think I do exercises that I love the most, and they improve how I want to look like. So even in my laziest days, I make sure before I leave the gym, I have done this exercise. And the part that I love about my body is my upper body. So I try and make sure that before I leave the gym, I have done that. But also I know with myself that discovering new things makes me want to come back again and keep doing and doing over and over again. So I guess that's how I build my momentum, and that's how I enjoy being at the gym and making sure that I come back the next day and do more of what I want to achieve. But lastly, let me just thank everybody who is enjoying and loving this. I appreciate, and here's a new one. Let's work on the third episode. I'll try by all means to make it happen and make sure that everybody enjoys. I hope we are learning, and keep bringing those questions, and I'll try by all means to answer your questions. And remember, I'm answering these questions based on my experiences and how I've made things work for myself. These are my experiences, and I'm answering these questions based on my experiences.